you and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August.
One day, I want to run a marathon, but me and cardio don't have the best relationship. So I started out by signing up for my first 5K, and this is how I went. I didn't have any training, but I needed to get started somewhere. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about what spirit possessed me to try this out. Like, why do I wanna put myself through this? I'm gonna talk about my goals and limitations. Like I mentioned, I only had a week to prepare for this, and only 2 of those days were actual running. Of course, gonna talk about my performance and how I actually did. And at the end, did I fall in love with cardio after this first run challenge? I think when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll run the 10K, so I got a lot to discuss, so let's get right into it. So first, let's broadly discuss why I want to run a marathon and how we got to the 5K in the first place. As I mentioned, I really don't like cardio, but I know it's good for you, and I do like doing things that I know are good for me. I'm naturally pretty athletic. I used to be a certified personal trainer. I've always been into fitness, never have been into cardio. During the month of December, so that would have been like 4 months ago, I made the goal to run 18 miles in that month. So you could call me in cardio like a smooth friends with benefits every once in a while. And we've been on a break for a while. So I've been wanting to get back into it. I've always admired like marathon runners. There's this one white man, I love watching this man like run his heart out. I think his name is Nick Bear. He's like the CEO of Bear Performance Nutrition. And it's just like something about pushing your body. Like, it really amazes me how you can like get past those mental barriers and your physical body can, you know, go longer lengths than you would like originally imagine. You know, we only get one life, so I want to live it to the fullest extent. My body is pretty healthy, so it's kind of like, why not run a marathon at least once? The top benefits of running marathons or running in general that I was really interested in learning about were the benefits for heart health and goal setting. I think one of the like top 3 leading causes of death in America is cardiovascular disease. So like another thing on top of that, I want to be in the best shape of my life when I'm like 40, 50, 60. And I figure by starting this now at this point in my life, again, while I have the opportunity, it's gonna pay off to Grandma Corey in the long run. Shout out to you. To get into the second benefit that I'm interested in is the goal setting. I really cannot fathom running a marathon right now. And because it's something that scares me, I feel like that means it's what I need to do. Courage is one of my like biggest values, and I really just like doing things that scare me so I can show myself that I can accomplish them. Other benefits include helping with brain function. Running also helps you clear your mind. You kind of get into a little meditative state, you know, once the pain subsides a little bit. I could snort me up some runner's high like any day. And with many of the challenges that I do on my channel, most of the things are to, in general, regulate my stress and my anxiety. But with that said, yes, I'm going to start with a 5K. So let's get into my goals and limitations. So I'm one of those black people that doesn't like going to the doctors. Generational trauma? I don't know. So I do have 2 kind of injuries to keep in mind. One, something is going on with my meniscus on my right knee. I assume this is all based on Google searching. But yeah, every once in a while, like if I do certain exercises, my right knee will pop. I also kind of randomly been having like this pain in like the back of my heel. I also had allergies when I was going through this. Like all up in here was just burning. But I had already paid the $40, and you know, once you put your money down, you gotta commit. A little bit about my goals. So I only had 2 main goals: to not stop and to get under 36 minutes. Back in my good old days, I could run a mile. I think my quickest mile has been 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Usually my miles are like 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So my big high goal, like if I could get it under 30 minutes, like that would be cool, but under 36 I feel is a little bit more reasonable, and so that's what I was going for. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about my 2 days of training and then how the actual run went. I use the Adidas Run app to track all my running so I can get my pace, I can know how long I've been running, and then it'll like tell me how long it's been and then what my time and my pace is. So for the first day, this was literally like 4 days before the run, I ran 2 miles on the first day, and both of those miles were a little over 10 minutes. Okay, so just finished 2 miles in a little under 22 minutes, which is not bad at all. I feel good as shit. Runner's high Really got the adrenaline going in my blood right now. The next day, my legs were going through it. And the thing is, like, I really liked the feeling of being sore, so like it was kind of cool. Like, I haven't pushed myself that much in a while. But yeah, I was walking like a gym bro for like a couple days after that. Later on in the week, I went on another run, and I only did a mile this time. I think I had got it to maybe like 10 minutes or a little under. All right, 1 mile in under 10 minutes. That is really good. But I was happy in general that I was, you know, in the ballpark of my goal for getting about 36 minutes. The runs themselves were pretty good. I'm not gonna say that I enjoyed them, like I was not enjoying the cardio, but I was happy to kind of like see where I was at. And it would have been completely bonkers to like do the 5K without any sort of training like at all. Like that would just be unwise. So yes, the day of the race, I pull up to this cemetery. Wait, hold up. I forgot to show y'all the fit. We got these like springtime shorts. I promise I was the flyest thing out there. So anyways, yeah, I'm putting on my bib. I start doing my stretches, you know, and then I'm trying to warm up because it's like mad cold and it's overcast, so there's like no sun. And then it happens. The timer goes off and then they start to do the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, and I'm gone. Now, I have looked this up when I've been watching like other people's 5K videos, and it's like during the beginning of a race, you're getting like really hyped up because of the adrenaline of everybody else, and I feel like you're going faster in the beginning, not to necessarily just catch up with everybody, but like you don't notice that you're going quicker. You just got the adrenaline of everybody else going around. Ciao! After my first mile, my lungs were burning. Like I said, I was having allergies already, and now I'm like going over my pace. It was just uphill from there. But I kept going, I kept moving. You know, when you're doing the run, you're hanging around like certain people are gonna start going in front of you, and certain people are gonna start lagging behind a little bit, but you're around like the same similar people. So I was like, let me just stick next to Shorty. Like, I think that I could keep up with her. Shorty was gone. Then you keep going, you're like, okay, maybe I could keep track up with Cuz right here. Cuz is taking too long now. I gotta, you know, keep at my own pace. And then, like, after like the second mile, I'm like really just in my own zone, like not thinking about anybody else. And also, I'm just trying to breathe because my nostrils are more congested than rush hour traffic at this moment. They had a little station where you could like get some water and they like hand it off to you. When I say I put my face in this cup, and I like inhaled this water on accident. So I'm just like, fuck that water, I'm gonna just keep going. Once I got the notification that I was at the second mile, I had hope in my heart. Because at that point, you're just counting down and you're like, I could get another mile in for sure. And then I turn a corner. I don't know what you call it. The people that are like, you know, telling you which way to go, they're like, you're almost there. And I'm like, yes, we're almost there. And then you go a little further and you see the finish line. When I tell you, I was not ready for the excitement that I would get from seeing a finish line. You've basically completed it once you see the finish line. Kind of like a payment plan. Like, you don't necessarily own it until like you finish the payments, but it's in your possession. And I felt like the completion of this task was right within arm's reach. So I start going, boom, boom, bow, out of there. So I probably sprint the last 0.1 or 0.2 of the mile, and we made it. Throughout the entire thing, I did not stop, and I think I completed it in under 34 minutes. I had to take a seat. Your girl was tired. I go to the first curb and just try and like recuperate. It was not easy, even despite me being like really into fitness. I do a lot of like cardio at the gym I'm doing, but I don't train for this kind of exercise. And it was a lot. Doing 3 miles at once, like it wasn't that hard for me, but it definitely wasn't easy. And on top of that, having the allergies and being worried about my leg, like, but I completed it. I definitely feel like so just proud of myself for actually finally starting it. I got it done in under 36 minutes and I didn't stop, which were my main goals. I unfortunately have to say I did not fall in love with cardio. Like, our relationship is still on the rocks, but we're working on it and we're gonna get better so I can actually run this marathon whenever that's gonna be. At least by the time I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna run a 10K. I think it would also be dope to like run a triathlon one day. There are a lot of different ways that you can challenge your body, whether you've never run a mile or rather you've already been an athlete in some capacity. So I dare you to start small and start today. Thank you for watching and have a great day, night, morning, evening. I don't know when you're watching this, but yeah, thanks.